Hey, Mark Rodriguez here, and with me is...
Ninja Jupiter, and call me Yubi-chan, or you just call me Wendy. Hey guys, and we're talking about something that's a little, super?
Yep, this is a review Sanctum where everything and anything may be reviewed, and today we're talking about Supergirl. But first I want to say that we got lucky to get some of these, these He-Man cups, and they're holograms. I'm not quite sure if the camera picks up the hologram. I know it's the wrong movie, but we got super lucky that they were still available because those Mortal Kombat ones, they just went quick.
Yeah.
And there were no like Supergirl versions. You had like a Lobo bike thing, and also like like these big things with the Supergirl logo on or whatever, but not like these little cups here or whatever. So yeah. But anyways, let's get on with the movie.
Yeah.
So well, first
Stay
of all,
focused, Mark Senpai.
yes. So first of all, the movie, of course, is kind of like I guess a sequel or follow-up to the Superman movie we saw some time back. You guys know the post-credits scene introduced Supergirl and everything.
And my feelings were mixed on seeing her in that state.
Yeah, and we'll be seeing her in that state a lot during this movie. So the whole major thing about the movie is that Supergirl's pretty much like directionless and just drinking her days away and whatever, because unlike Superman, and that's the biggest difference here, unlike Superman that left the planet as a baby and has zero memories of his life in Krypton, he basically grew up in Kansas and was raised as a guy on Earth and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Supergirl got to live to at least to like I guess mid to late teens, yeah, still on Krypton. They escaped on like this force field protected like smaller I guess chunk of the city to survive, but eventually that still had to go. Oh, because the thing had like kryptonite in it. And it was slowly killing people.
Yeah,
so they had to.
I guess it kind of hit like a core or so when they made the force field, I guess. And over the years, it was slowly poisoning everyone there.
Yeah, so she had to like, go off and stuff so she wouldn't die, so she could live on and everything. And so anyways, during her current life of just drinking and whatever, she ran into this girl that her whole family got slaughtered by these dangerous, I guess these space criminals that always steal things and steal women and whatever. And she got away, and they were like sword makers, so she had a specific sword made that she wanted to kill the person.
Yeah, so it was a special sword because like, this is worth a lot, and I will give this to the person who can slaughter the guy who, that would help me in my revenge on getting the person that killed my family.
Yeah.
So they were like a weapon, they forged weapons and all that her family did.
Yeah.
They were like a plan.
So she so happens to wander into the same bar where Supergirl is and be asking for anyone that wants to help her and stuff. And somehow she kind of, Supergirl leaves, but she keeps like following her around here and there and everything. So
and she did help her, help the little girl because one of the types, the guys there, like, they kind of wanted to steal the sword from her because they knew it was actually worth something, it's valuable, I guess. And Supergirl went out there to, help her out and get it back for her. And that's when the girl followed her around and said, oh, I want her to be the one to help me,
Yeah. And that's the thing, the movie kind of goes here and there between Supergirl not really wanting to like help out people and just do her thing, but the girl keeps tagging along, and they kind of I guess they kind of bond in a way. Yeah. And so she does determine to go help her, mostly because she has a lot of like inner turmoil and hatred and stuff like that and anger, and she doesn't want the girl to actually kill the guy so that she doesn't now carry that
burden that she has. But also to add on with the little girl, because not just a little girl, that same villain did something to get her personally involved.
Yeah.
Because he attacked Crypto. And she really loves Crypto. That's her only connection to her home world. Mm-hmm. They bonded so well. He was being poisoned, and she needed to get the antidote for him. So that also gave her more motivation to help the girl a bit.
Yeah.
It started off kind of selfish, but then it became selfless later.
Yeah. Now, another thing that people have been saying with the movie too, and it kind of makes sense because she's Kryptonian. I mean, the movie would have ended in 15 minutes if she had her powers all the time. Yeah. So a lot of the times in the movie, she's kind of powered down, and she has to fight the most she can while not having all her powers. She starts on the movie on Red Sun planets, and of course the Red Sun is basically like how Krypton was. So people from Krypton are like basically like us regular people under that sun. Yeah. They don't get their powers unless they're exposed to like I guess our sun.
Hey,
So,
do you think we were exposed to their sun that we'd have powers, or we would just probably die from the radiation?
no, I hope not. I don't know. I mean, that would be a weird thing though if humans went to a. Well, I mean, Krypton's gone, but if they went to a Krypton planet and they got powers, that'd be interesting. But anyways, so a lot of the movie, she's under the red sun, or she's wasted. And everything. They were the first fight she had to fight while being all messed up and wasted because she was, of course, not expected to get into a fight. Some family offered to help her and stuff, but they poisoned her because they wanted. Because I guess the people were after their daughter, but it was kind of like they were going to offer Supergirl.
The same villains. Because like I said, they go around and they're also because they're all male race, so they need women to procreate with. So they come and like kind of enslave the girls of all these different planets, and this family that offered to help them, they actually were going to turn them in, the girl and Supergirl in, just so they can hopefully get their daughter back.
Yeah. And the thing is, so she got poisoned, and she's trying to recover from it. So again, she's fighting and stuff while poisoned, and if you're drinking a bunch of gross milk from some animal and stuff like that. So and then later on, she goes to a planet where the main bad guys are, and I guess the planet switches between yellow sun.
It's in between the yellow sun and the green sun. So when they landed on the planet, it just happened to be on the green sun. So she's out for the time while the little girl or the girl who snuck along and she actually helped her, she got her away, she dragged her away, got her to a cave, and she explained like, it's like kryptonite, it's bad for her. So she wanted some water, so the girl left to get some water for her, and that's when she gets caught and knocked out and captured by the bad guys.
Yeah. And of course another character in the movie, which I mentioned earlier with the cups and things, Lobo's in the movie. And he's a blast, as you expect, and everything. And yeah, they did a good job keeping his general asshole personality. And of course, let's just say, lucky for Supergirl and the kid, that he was also paid money to go after those same people. So they actually got to work together instead of against each other. Because again, he's like, whoever pays him the money. You know what I mean? So,
and we also can say that Jason Momoa obviously was having fun with this role, because I'm sorry, I was amused by him and entertained by him, for his antics.
Yeah, and the motorcycle looked exactly from the comics. That was pretty cool. And he's all whipping the chains around and everything. It was just pretty cool. And he was a big help near the end too, because when things were whatever, he came in there and helped beat up some of the bad guys and
he took off. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm done." Hey, and he was gone.
Yep. And that's the thing. And let me see if there's any other thing here. Oh yeah, so the other thing is that time was running out. She had a little clock thing to keep track of how much time Crypto had. Yeah. So that was another thing in the movie. We do go into flashbacks and stuff. The one thing I wish they really kept out, everyone didn't like that they kept mentioning, was of course the first movie establishing that Kryptonians were assholes. And they basically sent Superman to conquer and have to harem with lots of women and stuff. Yeah. So when the planet was starting to get messed up, someone was saying like why don't we send someone off like Jor-El did when he sent his son to be a god on another planet? And I'm like, oh, why do you bring that up again? We're trying to forget. And that just sucks.
See, it's funny because while we were watching the movie, I was purposely forgetting that, even though they were saying it, said, nope, not hearing it, no, oh no, this is a whole different movie. This did not happen,
Yeah, and that just sucks because that really, really does remove any chance whatsoever that Lex altered the footage in the first movie, because we got Kryptonians saying it, that's whatever. And
that really should have been the setup there. That Lex did that just to get people.
And it's so easy because he would. You know what I mean? It's so easy. And you have that Mr. Terrific. Oh no, it's not altered at all. Like, no, fuck you. Anyways, so anyways, I mean that's basically the movie there. I do want to say it was a fun movie. I know there's lots of like weird political gender war junk here and there about the movie and blah blah. Yeah, there's a lot of it. And blah 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 blah.
Well, just so you know, people, I live under a rock, so I really don't see much internet stuff. I don't use it very much.
Yeah, but for me,
mostly.
In my case, I try to ignore my the best I can and just go see the movie as a movie and not letting any outside influences, whatever. So I did like the movie.
It's very easy for me.
Yeah. I did like the movie. Had good action, a lot of stakes, because again, she's depowered a lot during the movie, so it does add to stakes. She actually can get hurt. And it was kind of funny because in the beginning of the movie, when she first got beat up a bit, she was a bit surprised to see her own blood and actually feel some pain.
She was like, whoa, cool, boo.
Yeah, and that kind of thing. And yeah, it's a good movie, and we see her concern for crypto. Like we said, first of all, it was more of a selfish thing for her wanting to go get the guy to save crypto, and the girl, well, that's her problem. Shoot, go, oh, it's like the what is it? Shoot, can't you bother me? Kind of thing. But yeah, they eventually did get to work together and stuff, and it's pretty cool. And of course, the girl's useful in her own right, and she also helped set Lobo free and stuff. So she had her uses throughout the movie.
I actually didn't mind the little kid. Actually, I mean, it kind of worked for me personally. I don't know if anyone disliked her character.
She wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I thought she was okay. I mean, she was convincing in the role to me too. I mean, it really made sense as a child who just saw her whole family slaughtered in front of her and being left there. I mean, it makes you wonder why they decided to let her live.
Yeah, it was so weird because maybe in the movie, like if she stayed hidden the whole time, it would have made sense. But it's like they actually saw her and just walked off, and then all of a sudden now they want to capture her again.
No, but after that, because when they were stealing what's her name ship, they were saying, "Hey, do you think we should have took the kid?" Because they were questioning and saying, whatever. Then later on, it's like, yeah, maybe we should have got her after all. It's kind of like they're flip flopping it. Also, it could have been because of her age too, because they take the girls for those types of purposes. Yeah. And maybe that was why they just left her, because there was just no point. And like I said, she is young, so maybe that is why.
Yeah. So my only complaint about the movie is, again, Supergirl's wasted through the whole movie, and personally for me, I don't need to see her puke all the time. Yeah. Maybe once off camera or something, but it happened quite a bit.
They overdid.
It happened quite a bit, and I also did not need to see her sitting on the toilet. That was kind of like, I mean, I know shows like, I don't know, it could have been done some way that's off screen or something. I don't need to see her on the toilet. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know it's an example showing how wasted she is, how whatever. She actually fell asleep on the toilet when the girl had to wake her up and everything. I know it drives the point home, but there is probably such a thing.
I'm pretty sure some of us have personal experience from that.
Yeah, but it's like there is such a thing as driving it a little too much. Yeah. That kind of thing. Those were my only complaints about the movie. Everything else was pretty cool. I did like the scenes with Superman. I did like the scene when she first arrived, because it does make sense that she would be speaking Kryptonian, and Superman would not understand, because that's probably the first time we ever heard that language and everything. So that is pretty cool. I'm not sure if comic books did that, because comic books have to do the whole thing where everyone can understand everyone, even they're from outer space or whatever. But this is a kind of cool thing. Now, one thing I do have to say, I know this was based roughly on a story that was called Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, but unfortunately I never got to read the story. But I do know that it does follow a bit of that kind of thing, of her dealing with the fact that she lost a planet with actual memories of it, her helping the kid, the bad guy was in it, so it was kind of sort of like that, but, obviously with lots of differences or whatever.
Yeah, I kind of think it kind of humbled her. She, grew into her own, and then she was finally ready to stop the partying and just, live life and go back and be with Clark. I thought that was kind of nice.
Yeah. And I also like kind of like the Star Wars-ish kind of thing. They go to different planets, different bars, looking for information. I'm looking for so-and-so, trying to get info. I always like those kind of stories where people go into random bars. It's like, yeah, I'm looking for whatever or something like that. Those kind of mystery stories where they got to find information. That's kind of cool. And you see the different planets and weird shops and weird things. And, of course, the funny part at the end says they were in a very desert-like planet, and all the guys look like Mad Max, Road Warrior type characters. We were like, hey, where's Kenshiro when you really need him?
Exactly. Especially the fact they were like, harming all those people, and I was like, okay, come on. I'm waiting for you a shock. Where he at? Where is he at? Oh, no, he just jumped over to Fatal Fury, that's all.
Yeah, he was busy in Fatal Fury, that's why he wasn't in this. They sent Lobo instead and everything. But overall, what can I say? It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Character building moments. And again, that's the biggest thing. It's like some people said in one of their things that the biggest enemy in the movie to face was grief and depression. Because that's something that none of us could relate. I've seen some people say you could relate. No, we can't relate. We cannot relate.
We can not in that kind of way. I mean, you can have certain types of grief and certain types of depression, but not the specific one that she would be. That she would be going through. Because I'm pretty sure everyone here has not had their whole planet or their home bombed to oblivion.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like the whole planet, Earth, and Earth is still here. It's not the same thing. Like maybe your town got fucked up or something. I'm talking about the entire planet, where everyone you've ever known your whole life to your mid-teens is just completely 100% gone.
Yeah, I was thinking about, and I know we can say, war, but yeah, it's still not the same because they're still...
Because we're still here.
And they're still your fellow humans that are there, not like your entire race of people are gone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then, and by race in this case, we mean the entire human race, not just, one or the other. Yeah. And then the other thing is, so when you're living that kind of life, and then you have to all of a sudden adapt to, this is planet Earth, this is your home now. She's not really accepting of this new planet as her home. Obviously it's so different and so weird from what she's used to. I mean, it would make sense that she would just not, like they say, give zero fucks and just go around and get drunk and party and get wasted because it's like, whatever, might as well throw your life away, you got nothing to live for, that kind of mentality. Mm-hmm. And thanks to the girl, now she did learn, I'm sorry, I forgot her name, that's why I keep saying the girl. She did, learn to value things and care and, that kind of stuff. So I'm assuming she'll be in the next movie. I think the next movie is probably called Man of Tomorrow, is what I heard down the line, unless they make some other movie in between and everything. So we'll see how that goes.
If this movie isn't doing as well as they say it is, it'll be kind of messed up if they just don't do the movie. Yeah,
that's a bad thing. A lot of people are kind of... I don't know why. It's just this mindset nowadays. All the negativity. People are rooting for the movie to fail. People are already kind of rooting that the Masters Universe movie didn't make as much as predicted or whatever.
Well, I'm kind of glad that for that they just don't care what they think. What certain people think, and they're going to try to do the next film.
Yeah, something they're going to make a sequel anyway.
They need to. I'm sorry. They need it for my nostalgia now. Yeah. He-Man is yours. She-Ra is mine.
Yeah. So for this one, we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I think it's probably going to be one of those things where when it comes to streaming, maybe it'll make up its money there. Because I'm also seeing online is that a lot of people were turned off by the all the negative YouTubers or whatever. But people, when they actually go see the movie, they are liking the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
they are enjoying the movie. So hopefully, with more word of mouth and also with it coming to streaming, because some people are just lazy, don't want to leave the house. So when they're watching streaming, hey, this movie's pretty good. So. Maybe that's
one thing I will say that I did like that I do find refreshing, and same with the He-Man movie. I like the fact that we had a villain in the movie, and he was bad. He was just an asshole because he's evil. We don't need all these villains having existential crises as to why, to explain why they're evil. How about they just, hey, I just like doing what I do because to me it's fun. Yeah. I mean, you do have, unfortunately, people that are like that.
Yeah, and the guy was an asshole. I mean, basically, it's like, what is it? Martin McFly. He's an asshole! Pretty much that, because the thing is, okay, so, like on one side you could say, okay, it's a mostly male race, they're desperate to, get women to repopulate or whatever, but at the same time, he's still a sadistic asshole, he's still a murderer, he's still a person that makes deals, but then backs up.
He poisoned crypto. He's an animal.
And you reveled in that too, you know what I mean? So he's an asshole. There's no justification. He's just, sadistic, careless asshole. And I'm pretty sure...
I like his comeuppance.
I'm pretty sure that even if he, with that other family, if he did take Supergirl and the girl, he would have taken their daughter anyway.
Yeah.
Probably taking the wife too. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, he's not a person that keeps his word, so... Mm-mm. And yeah, he did have a good comeuppance. I don't want to spoil it too much, but he had a good comeuppance. He got what was coming to him.
Yep.
And everything. And honestly, it was so satisfying to see that.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I mean, we see a villain, get their comeuppance. We want to enjoy the villain getting the comeuppance. Not the tragic character who just went down the wrong path in life, because of because they had daddy issues or something, I don't know, and then they turn out bad, then they get their comeuppance, but you don't know how to fully feel because, well, if that wouldn't have happened,
because there's some movies where the bad guys realize way too late they were wrong and they die or whatever, so you come, no, this guy was just an asshole. He deserved what happened to him and everything. But so any final thoughts? I mean, that's pretty much.
Well, like I say, for any movie, I mean, watch it and give your own opinion before you look at any type of a review or anything like that. See, for me, I'm very, very old school. So even if I'm interested in a movie or I see it, the way to get me to go see a movie, if I come across a trailer, I say, okay, I'll check that out. Then
Yeah.
I go see it, and that's pretty much my only exposure to that.
Yeah.
I don't read reviews. I don't look at YouTubers. I don't look at any type of videos talking about the movie unless I've seen it myself. So,
Yeah.
and then I can give my own personal opinion on it. And that's always been my motto ever since I was a child. I said, well, that's nice what you think, but I want to see it for myself so I can form my own opinion.
Yeah.
And one other thing I kind of like, I do think this movie is way better than the 1980s version.
Yeah.
Way better because
Where they have to fight the invisible monster because they ran out of budget.
Well, not just that, just the fact that it had such a weak plot to begin with. I mean, at least this movie had a plot and character development. The other movies just like, you, the man likes you, but I want him to like me, so I'm going to take it out on you. I mean, gosh, even I forgot that till it got mentioned.
Yeah, yeah. Now, the one thing I do want to say, I think another thing is that, I don't know, all these producers and directors and actors, they just gotta, like, when you're doing your interviews, just keep it simple. Just say, you know, I love Supergirl. It's an honor to play her. I'm sure all my fans are going to enjoy the ride. You know, that kind of stuff. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that too.
They got to stop saying all this other stuff that I'm not going to repeat here. But
And of course, this is something else I wouldn't even know about because, like I said, I don't look at it pretty much. I don't do internet stuff much.
Yeah.
I
So,
rarely.
the actress of, back to He-Man real quick, the actress of Tila said a couple of things, turned people off, and it's kind of like, the movie was awesome. Just watch the movie, you know? And similar to here. Molly said a couple of things, whatever. It turned people off. I'm pretty sure if she didn't say it, people would have gone to see, more people would have gone to see the movie. So I have faith that as word spreads out, maybe more people are going to go see it. And for the ones that are too lazy to get off their asses and go to the theater, because you're all brokies, I'm kidding there, maybe not. But, you know, when they watch it on streaming and stuff, then they'll be like, hey, movie's not that bad, whoa, and maybe it'll make some returns there with the views and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding about the brokies things. I'm not like certain other Twitch streamers that say that. Yeah. I'm not gonna overcharge for my cookies. But anyways, this is the review Sanctum. Before we get canceled, this is Mark Rodriguez here.
This is Ninja Jupy, also known as Jupy Chan, and also, you know, you can call me Wendy. I'm sorry for anything that comes out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I marry you?
Hey, VGM cookies, $100 a box, only 6 cookies inside, and if you can't afford it, we just broke.